calm. Alright, anybody hear me? Alright, done. Okay, let's it up. I need something to keep me through it. like 5 hours for me to finish. Oy. Alright, last set. This is it. And then I'm done. I'm done. Before I... why not? Why not? I can finally change music now. But I just remembered. Wait already. Yeah, going with this. I need to think fast because I don't have much time. I've got like 8 minutes just to do 4 more sets. 4 more runs, sorry. Sets is 4 more refills. Solomon's, Romani's, and Arsenovas and like Arsenovas is a person? Okay. I thought Arsenova was like a machine. Okay. Interactions with the throne is pretty weird and complicated. It's a bit too long to explain with just 200 words or so, so if you want to explain things on Discord. As long as it doesn't... Actually, no, it feels like it's going into too much spoilers. I don't know. It's up to your discretion what I'm deal with that one. If you want to put it up on Discord for your theory, go for it. I guess since it's only a theory, I suppose that's fine. Yeah, post it on Discord if you need to. Yeah, I did not know Arsenova was actually a person. Like, is Arsenova a person? I thought Arsenova was like a machine that interacted with the Throne of Heroes. Isn't Arsenova the thing that powers up Solomon's ultimate attack? You know, the human incineration program? Oh, okay, I was right! I was right! Just as I explained what I thought Arsenova was, I was right. Yeah, it's his noble phantasm. Okay, yeah, because isn't Arsenova the entire... It's the human incineration beam that he does, but it's like powered by like 10 million Excaliburs. You know, like Excalibur's normal phantasm with that pillar of light. Arsenova is like 10 million of those formed into one beam. But yeah, okay, I was right. Arsenova is Solomon's noble phantasm. Yeah, it is pretty strange though, the fact that it's like 10 million Excaliburs. Three to go. Hopefully I got enough time to do this. Three more. Push. I might be able to finish this in 15. Oh, please tell me picking there was enough. Give me plus 140. Give me plus 140. Give me plus 140. Wait already. Like I'm stretching my time out, but come on. Yes, 140. Thank you. Okay, wait, so how many do I get in a Scissor game? So I get roughly 750. 750 times 4... 3,000! No, yeah, I need this last there. If it was 900 per run, it would have been better, because that would mean 4,000, or at least 4.5k per run. So that means 2 sets will equal 9k, but instead 2 sets for 750 is roughly 6k. You see why this is taking a long time. Maths for ya. Oh wait, what? I think you're referring to Ask Amadel Sanoe. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so those are 2 different things. Okay, so those are 2 different things. Alright. I thought they were the same thing. Mainly because I thought, you know, the same first word, ask and everything. But okay, they're 2 different things. But they still interact with the Throne of Heroes, alright. Well, I see that. Like Solomon and Ars Nova, they are connected because Solomon's Noble Phantasm is something like okay. I don't know the exact link towards Ars Nova and Solomon, but Solomon still uses Ars Nova to do his Noble Phantasm, which is the Ars Amadel Salamis. And Romani is obviously, you know, the entire thing that I said before, but okay, they're 2 different things. They are 2 different things. Alright. I thought they were the same. I thought they were the same. Two more. I think I can finish this in at least 7 minutes, since each run takes about 3. Push. Yeah, you can write the theory up, because I'm getting kind of confused, but I'm sort of grasping it. No, no. I was thinking of a SpongeBob meme there. Tightly grasp it! But yeah, it comes together. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Last two runs! Oh. Then what I need to do. Let's see what that sound was. As I said, construction happens, so there's really weird noises sometimes. But yeah, once this run's done, I'll just say my stuff quickly because I do need to. I've kind of overextended this stream, so yeah. Because I thought I was going to finish this by 1:30. But my low token turn rate just made it longer. No, but more or less, well, like, I've planned this out. I'm planning on doing like another, how much was it? Another 3 to 4 hours, like 3.5 hours at best of grinding, like off stream, and then I'm done. I may fully limit break first Infinity Glaze Maria afterwards, but if my brain isn't going insane with these repetitive runs, I might just lay off Symphogear as soon as I reach 180k, do something else, and then just limit break Maria some other time. I will obviously post my screenshots on limit breaking this Infinity Glaze Maria, but that will be about it afterwards. It's the usual stuff, but yeah, don't you dare, don't you dare. Oh, I know I have to do another run as soon as I finish. Actually, no, I know I have to do another run after I finish. Oh, I'm overextending this. I'm trying to burn stamina as fast as I can. Either way, this might be the final run. As long as I don't see a 15 once I finish this run, I hope to God. If not, I'll do one last run and that'll be it. And then I really have to pop out after this. Actually, just let me see the weather again. I'm sorry for going back and forth, but it's just that the grinding is taking longer than expected. I think I can get through one more run, but I'll have to be really quick at the finishing it all. I guess it's not that bad. And Shirade's ult just lagged back there. I saw that. But like, the reason why I say that her ult just lagged, the buzzsaws did the action first, but everything else was lagging behind. Even the wording of her ultimate just lagged off from that. So yeah, that was lag. Okay. Let's see. If it reaches 15, for stamina, I'll do one more run and that's it. I am absolutely stretching the stream just so I can get a little bit more tokens in. We will see. Press the yellow button. No! How much am I off by? How much am I off by? A minute. Okay, so I think that will do it. 130. Okay, 131k. That is not that bad. Oh my god. Okay, so I got 50k left, and that is it. As I said, I'll probably finish that tonight, 3 to 4 hours, and then that's about it. Hopefully I can finish it quicker, but yeah, that will do it. By the time I actually finish this, I might need to do another run. I don't want to do that right now. So, I think with that being said, I'm not going to more or less take a break. I need to do something else other than this, but the stream for the most part is done. And to that, to everybody who came to the stream, thank you as per usual, and good luck with this agonizing grind for anybody who's playing the game as it is. Condolences to you, especially to the people who doesn't even have one copy of Infinity Glaze. You actually got it worse than me. I'm just power grinding just to get through this at the moment, but to everybody who doesn't have one copy of Infinity Glaze, seriously, Godspeed and my condolences to you guys. You're gonna have it much rougher than me. So, I think that'll do it. I need a break from this. And yeah, like the grind's executing to me. I think it's a good time to stop, even though there's a run right there just looking at me. Okay, so good luck with the grind, guys. Thank you for all the people who came to my stream, and that will do it. With that, LA out.